Hi, this is Leo with rubberroofrepairkit.com, and in this video I will walk you through the process of repairing your rubber roof with our kit. So the first thing first, you need to find where your roof is leaking. That would typically be an outside corner or infield hole somewhere or a seam void. In this particular case we'll show you how to fix an outside corner, which is a very common source of leaks. So what you will need to do is, using provided cleaner, membrane cleaner, you will need to scrub away all the dirt from the area where you will install the patch. If there is a lot of loose dirt, you need to remove that first. Maybe use a wet rag and just wipe it clean, and then use a clean cotton rag that we provide with the kit and the weathered membrane cleaner to remove all the dirt of the membrane, clean it nicely, and then you could apply the primer. So second step is applying the primer. Primer is basically like a glue for the peel and stick flashing tape, and in what you're seeing right now is myself applying the primer. So use the provided paintbrush, apply a thick coat of primer to the patch area and let it dry for about 5 to 20 minutes depending on the weather conditions. Once you apply the primer to the roof area, you will need to do a tack test to make sure the primer dries out and is ready to receive the flashing material. So let it dry for about 5 to 20 minutes, this depends on the weather, and then put your finger onto the primer and remove it, and if it sticks to your finger you need to let it dry a little bit more, and if it doesn't, it's good to receive the flashing material. So next you will need to cut the flashing material long enough and wide enough to cover the hole in the roof, and once you do that you will also be advised to trim the corners just like you see in the video right now. This will make it more difficult for the corners to peel away in the future, say a year down the road, and will basically make the whole repair job better. And now it's time to install your flashing. Take the flashing, fold it in half the long way, and remove one half of the release paper. Next, center your flashing on a corner and press both sides to the wall, achieving 100% contact. Make sure to eliminate all air bubbles when you do this, because if you have bubbles, then your flashing is not installed correctly and there may be issues down the road. Now with your fingers, slowly roll the flashing into the angle change, making sure that you get all the air out and that the contact is perfect. The angle change is where the water may get in, so you need to pay special attention when you're doing this. Once you have flashing rolled down all the way into the angle change, it's time to completely remove the release paper. Slowly roll the flashing down onto the deck with your fingers without stretching. Make sure you don't create any air bubbles when you do this. If you have any step-offs, pay particular attention to those, because water can travel through the tiny channels in the step-off. Starting from the corner, slowly work your way out without wrinkles and form the flashing to the deck membrane. Use the silicone roller provided with our kit to roll out all the air and to make the adhesion between the patch and the roof deck as good as possible. Once the patch is firmly in place, use the silicone roller to go around the edges of the patch to roll out any remaining air. Using your silicone roller, make sure that you roll in the entire patch area firmly to the roof deck and you get all the air bubbles out. Go along all the angle changes and step-offs. Once you are done applying the patch, use the provided lap sealant and apply a bead of caulk along the edge of your patch.